This next point might be the biggest one of the lot, the one I'm probably most excited about as a Meta advertiser. I think this could be really, really big. So we need to talk about Meta Verified. I don't think there's been a change to Facebook or Instagram for years that has had so much publicity, so much attention. I've received more comments, questions, etc. about this than just about anything else. So I knew I had to create a video talking about Meta Verified, what it means for Facebook advertisers, Instagram advertisers, or anyone looking to market themselves on the platform. I do think that there are some significant consequences that are going to come out of this. Most of them positive, which is great, but it's really important that we talk through this. So for those of you that haven't heard the news, Meta Verified is going to be similar in some ways, but not all, I'll get to that in a minute, to Twitter Blue, where it's a subscription service, you pay a monthly amount, it's either $11.99 USD or $14.99 if you buy via an app store, and it's going to allow you to get a verified blue check mark, as you can see what we've got right in front of us here, alongside your profile, maybe your page. We're not quite sure about that. I'll discuss more about that in a minute. So that's what Meta Verified is going to do. Why are Meta doing this?
Why?
It's basically a cash grab, isn't it? That's pretty obvious at this point. They've seen what Twitter have done and they thought, oh, they're probably generating quite a lot of money from all those people that have verified their accounts. We could do something similar to Twitter Blue. So they've copied that, they've seen it as a money grab, but there are some extra things that come with this that are very, very interesting. And I've got Meta's support doc up in front of me, and we're gonna walk through some of the various elements and some of the very interesting points about this. So firstly, I need to say that right now, Meta Verified is in trial. So it's in trial in Australia and New Zealand. If it works, which I'm sure it will, it's going to be expanded to other locations as well. Testing it in Australia and New Zealand is very smart, makes a lot of sense. When people think about sort of the 5 big English-speaking countries to advertise to, it's often US, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand. Well, they've picked the 2 smallest population-wise out of those in Australia and New Zealand, and they can extrapolate how it performs there to those other larger, more significant markets, okay? So it's a test there, provided it works, it'll be rolled out. I'm very confident it will be rolled out, if nothing else, because I think this is going to be a good revenue generation option for Meta. It'll make them less reliant on ads, something that they would be happy about. Let's go through some of the various points here and some of the features of Meta Verified, because I think it's really interesting. The first thing is verification. So they say here, help your community know it's the real you with a verified badge, which uses a verification process with a government ID to establish your identity. I think this is a really good thing. I think if everyone on Facebook and Instagram had to use their ID to prove who they are, it would change some of the behavior on the platform. We'd see nicer comment sections and things like that. And I think it would just make for a better all-round environment. We know that one of the things that Meta has struggled with for years is fake accounts and bots. And if people move more and more towards a verification style setup, that is certainly going to help the platform, going to help there be less sort of breaking of the rules, less spam. It's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. Next, we get into exclusive features. Get exclusive stickers on Facebook and Instagram stories, Facebook Reels, 100 stars a month. You can comment with stars, and Facebook show your support for other creators. I don't like that. I don't like their star system. I don't think the exclusive features mean a whole lot. Most of us aren't going to care about that whatsoever. This next point is a lot more interesting. Increased visibility. So they're saying that with Meta Verified, you expand your reach with increased visibility and prominence in some parts of Facebook and Instagram, like comments, search, and recommendations. Now that's very, very interesting. We know that Meta have been trying to push organic reach a little bit more recently with things like Facebook Reels. Are they also going to be trying to do the same with Meta Verified? Are the verified accounts within Meta going to get more organic reach? To what extent will they get more organic reach? Is it just a few percentage points? Is it much more than that? A lot of questions we don't know, but that is definitely something to think about. And I think for a lot of marketers and advertisers, if for just $11.99 a month, you could get increased visibility on all your organic stuff, it'd be well worth doing. So lot to think about there and to wonder, could be a real potential benefit for marketers and advertisers, the increased reach aspect of Meta Verified. Next point is proactive account protection. So because you're verified, what Meta effectively saying is that it should be a lot more difficult for you to be impersonated. That's something that particularly larger accounts have issues with all the time. I personally have that as an issue all the time, and you'll see it in comments and things like that, not just on Meta, but other platforms where people be impersonating me, trying to scam people out of money. If you have Meta verified with your account, as something I'll certainly sign up for if and when it becomes available in the UK, that's going to be more difficult, which makes sense. People are still going to try to do it, but if they can see that the actual account of yours has the blue check mark, then it's just going to make people less likely to fall for scams and people trying to impersonate others, which is a real problem. So that's certainly a good thing. This next point might be the biggest one of the lot, the one I'm probably most excited about as a Meta advertiser. I think this could be really, really big. It's direct account support. So it says, get help when you need it from a real person on common account issues that matter to you. Now, anyone involved in Facebook advertising, Instagram advertising, has been so frustrated for years and years and years at the poor support that they give us advertisers. Everyone's heard stories of advertisers that had their ad account banned, they haven't even created an ad yet, or other ridiculous issues like that, where ad accounts get disabled for no reason, it takes months to get them back. If you could avoid a lot of those issues by simply paying for Meta verified and then guaranteeing that you'll get through to a person if something is automatically disabled when it shouldn't be, that is absolutely massive. That is absolutely something that I'm very excited about. I would certainly pay for. I'd certainly encourage anyone watching my content running Facebook and Instagram ads to pay for, because for that small amount, if you know you can get through to a person who can just take a look at your account quickly and go, oh yeah, the algorithm picked up on something, but that's wrong. Your account's clearly fine. I've re-enabled it for you. That's absolutely massive. So very, very excited about that point there. So scrolling down, we've got some more information. So here we've got some information around how to become Meta verified, and we can sort of start to read between the lines a little bit here and work out what's going on. So they talk about the price point, which I've already covered, and that it's only Australia, New Zealand, etc., etc. That's actually a wait list right now, which is interesting. But here in these screenshots, we get some more information. Now, the first thing I want to highlight is that they say select a profile. We don't exactly know what we're going to be able to verify on Meta at this point. Is it just going to be Facebook profiles, Instagram profiles? Can we also do it with Facebook pages? On Instagram, does it apply to business profiles as well? We're not sure. We're pretty confident that you're not going to be able to, for example, verify a business page. So if you've got a Facebook page specifically for your business, it's got your business name, etc., you won't be able to verify that. But will you be able to verify a page like mine, my Facebook page, which is my name, which is Ben Heath, and that's where I do most of the interacting on Facebook through my page as opposed to my profile. I'm pretty confident that if this was to roll out to the UK, I'd be able to verify my profile, my personal profile, but can I verify my page, which is under my name, where I interact, where I post stuff? It's how I interact in my Facebook group, is as my Ben Heath page. We don't know. One of the things that I think is likely to happen is they'll keep it quite limited to begin with, what you can and can't verify. And I think given a bit of time, especially if it works, especially when they start to see the revenue coming in from this, we're likely to see it roll out to lots of other different options. Because once we start to operate in an environment where people are used to interacting with verified individuals, verified businesses, and that becomes sort of the acceptable bar where you don't necessarily really trust what people are posting or commenting or things like that if they're not verified, which could well happen, that sets the bar, then behavior is going to change and it's going to get rolled out, is what I would expect. Now, there are of course other questions that we haven't yet got answers to, such as what happens if you sign up for Meta verified and then you want to cancel? Are you going to lose your Meta verified check mark? Probably. Well, that potentially ties people in if they want to continue advertising, marketing on Facebook and Instagram for a long time. That could be a big potential win for Meta as a company, because the average person like me that signs up to Meta verified is likely to be on there for years and years and years. It might be a decade, and a decade's worth of $12 a month payments adds up to quite a nice amount, especially if you're doing it for potentially millions of creators on Facebook and Instagram. How is that going to work? Is there a point at which you just get verified anyway? Obviously, there are some people that are already verified on Meta through their old system. What's it going to look like for them? Are they going to be required to pay? Are they going to get away with it? A lot of things that we don't know. It is in trial. I would not be at all surprised to see this rolled out across all locations, or at least the major markets, let's say, UK, US, Canada, probably Western Europe as well, by the end of this year. And I think it's going to become a significantly important thing. A lot of people are quite angry about this. They feel like Meta's just trying to squeeze some extra money out of them. And I think that's probably true. That's the motivation for setting this up. But as an advertiser, if we scroll back up to this section, if it actually gets us increased visibility, that would be well worth paying a little bit of money for. And most importantly, if it gets us direct account support, so that if our profile gets disabled or our ad account gets banned or something like that, we can get through to a person who can quickly resolve the issue. That would be some of the best money you could possibly spend as a Facebook and Instagram advertiser. We will see whether they can deliver all that, but that's something I would definitely be keeping a close eye on. I certainly think there are going to be a lot more developments when it comes to Meta Verified, how it's going to impact us as marketers and advertisers. I'm going to be paying very close attention to this and keeping you guys updated. So if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. There will be more videos on this and you want to be updated with this because it really could be a big deal for marketers and advertisers. And if you are looking for help with your Facebook and Instagram advertising campaigns and want to have someone else worry about Meta Verified and all the other things that come with Facebook and Instagram advertising for you, we offer done for you Facebook and Instagram advertising services. Now, if you'd like to find out more about how we can take this off your hands, help you get better results, you can find a link in the video description below. There you'll be able to click through to our website, book a call in directly with one of my team members. These calls are free, no obligation, last about 30 minutes. Go ahead and book a call. Hopefully we get a chance to work together. Now, Meta Verified isn't the only change that we've seen recently. I alluded to it earlier, but in certain parts of Facebook, we are now seeing more organic reach than we have done for years. I'd strongly recommend you go ahead and check out this video where I break it all down, show the results that we're getting, how you can go about getting them too. Go ahead and give it a watch.